Boom! What's up, everyone? This is my day. Last time I filmed one of these, it's funny. People asked me to film these full day of eating. So I just laid out on the counter everything I ate, meal by meal by meal by meal. And then I got a bunch of haters saying, oh, you just take your own supplements, you just do this, you just do that. That's what I eat every day. That's what I take. So I'm not going to discount you. I'm going to show you what I take, what I don't take. If you like it, great. If you want to buy them, great. If you don't, I'm just doing what people want to see. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this channel is about. It's about y'all. So my morning shake, pretty simple. This is the most important part of the day. I got about 30 ounces of water in my Cyclone cup right here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of branding. You know why? Because my life is pretty much surrounded by MTS and Tiger Fitness, because that's what I do for a living. I put a scoop of machine fuel in here just to flavor the water, because it's a lot of water for just one scoop of nectar, right? So I put in my machine fuel, which are branched chains, which essentially just get my body out of the catabolic state it was in while sleeping. Again, there are benefits to intermittent fasting, but it's just not a diet for me because I'm all about gains. I don't think it's optimal for gains. I think it's great for health and everything else. Scoop of machine greens and malty. Machine greens and malty, that's this bad boy right here. And if I don't say what it is, people are like, what's that supplement you took at 116? And I'm like, that's that. Nectar for overall health. A lot of people also be like, oh, your liver and kidneys. I'll tell you this. You read the write-up on nectar. Shit, that didn't get quite a scoop. If you read the write-up on nectar, this is at the very bottom. My daughter and wife use this too. You'll see that most of the supplements I take, machine greens, nectar, those are health supplements. There's another thing, and you can't buy the filtered or apple cider vinegar. There's actually good data on humans on apple cider vinegar. I don't go crazy with it. I take a tablespoon a day. Haven't put this in any other videos, but like the health benefits, gets your digestive enzymes kind of flowing in the morning. It's got acid, which has some benefits in blood sugar maintenance throughout the day. So I take that either in the morning or at night if I remember. It screws up the flavor a little bit, but again, you want to get the unfiltered stuff, what's called the mother. That's the webbing that looks like your shit's gone bad. There's like shit floating in it. So I start drinking this just to lubricate my throat for all you people interested. My morning pills. Machine motion for joints. I got bad knees. I got bad everything, but this has helped a lot. This is the best joint formula on the market. This is our machine motion. Serving size of 6 of those. I usually take 2 of these pills at once. Insurgent. And you notice I'm not taking Barracuda right now. That's because I'm on my 4 weeks off. What I recommend is Insurgent year-round. Barracuda, 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off. So basically keep taking Insurgent, but just cycle Barracuda. Mental Jewels. You got to feed your brain in the morning, right? Alongside Mental Jewels, your body loves fat. I have a lot of salmon in my diet right now. I just got my delivery from SJ Meals, so I usually take 3 to 4. On days I don't eat at least 2 to 3 meals of salmon, I take 3 fish oil, just in case. This is Ethitech Nutrition. This is my brand, Ethitech Nutrition fish oil. We'll be cooking breakfast soon, but that's the gist of it. That's what I take in the morning. A lot of people are like, that's too many supplements. What might be for you? But if you notice, all the stuff I'm taking are health supplements. It's for mental cognition and mental health. A lot of health benefits. Fish oil, all health. Insurgent has shown even heart benefits, alongside increase in testosterone and free testosterone. This is a joint formula, health. Apple cider vinegar, health. Machine greens, health. Nectar, the ultimate health supplement. So don't think because you're taking something in pill or powder form that's inherently hepatotoxic or bad for your kidneys. This is what I do. People ask me, how do you have so, on one breath, fools will ask me, how do you have so much energy? How do you have so much energy? Oh, how are you always going? How do you raise a family of 3? How do you take care of a wife? Run over 10 companies, owner of MTS Nutrition, partner in Ambrosia, CMO of TigerFitness.com, top 60 CMO in the world, lecture at universities. And how do you do it? How do you keep all the energy? And then on the other end, like, you must be unhealthy with all these supplements you take. I encourage any of you younger people, millennials, 18, 19 years old, 20 years old, hell, anything up to 80 years old, try and keep up with me on a daily basis. Try and train with me and my daughter doing exos training. Try a weight train like me. It's not going to happen. And I attribute a lot of that to what I do on a daily basis to keep my body right. And that's just me. Enjoy the rest of the day of eating. It's breakfast time. I ain't gonna lie, one of the best things about my morning is watching that little man walk downstairs. What's up, Preston? Oh, he's camera shy all of a sudden. All right, so we eat eggs in this household because eggs are good. Now, these are just the, what are they, free-range eggs? Doesn't mean much. It means that the chickens, cage-free, means that they can go outside, but generally they don't. They're locked in, so they're not the best. Pastured eggs, I mean, I'm still part Jewish. Pastured eggs are like $7 a dozen. And the amount of eggs that I eat, it's going to be, I eat a little bit less lately, but that's still quite a chunk of change. There's so many health benefits for them, though. Anyway, coconut oil. We use a lot of coconut oil in here. Anyway, so about this much, about like that's like a teaspoon. So just put that in there. Just, I mean, we have the spray, but honestly, I like the taste when I use the oil. And honestly, it just tastes good, you know. It's good for you. Coconut oil has its benefits. And again, in the morning, I like to get fat because your brain loves fat. It just loves fat. I'm not saying eat a big, bacon breakfast, but I'm saying that, don't shy away from fat if you can fit it in your diet because somebody said that you don't want fat with your breakfast. I think that fat is an integral element of your breakfast. So Katie, look at you trying to match me. You got to jig it around a little more.
It's fine.
You got to lube it up. So I have 3 eggs. Then I got this stuff from Costco. This is delicious. It's like Ezekiel. It's a sprouted bread. It's angelic. But there's only 11 grams of carbs per. So I'm only getting like 22. But here's the thing, guys. In the morning, by the time I take all my, I have my branch chains, my 30 ounces of water. I just woke up, like my stomach during the day kind of expands a little, so to speak, if that makes sense. In the morning, I have a hard time getting in food. So my goal is just to get protein, carbs, and fats. Now, in the Drop Factor book, I actually recommend no carbs at breakfast. But again, things are individual, and I find that just having a little bit of carbohydrate for me is good. But again, it's only 22 grams of carbs, and at my body weight of 240 pounds, it's really not gonna, kill much. By the way, to wonder how much you're eating all this food for, how much do you weigh? I'm 5'7", 240. That gets asked a lot. So just put that off the base. And my body fat's probably around 5.5% to 6%. So anyway, breakfast, I'll show you what it looks like. My breakfast, I usually have my laptop going. There's my small little girly breakfast. Cammie's getting ready to go run. She's got 20 minutes today. Preston wants to be filmed. That's about it. So that's meal 1. It's small. But again, I ramp up during the day. I just can't eat that much in the morning. But I do need some nutrients in me. Cammie, 20 minutes today?
Yeah.
20 minutes. How far do you think you went? 12 miles? It's got to be close to a 5K. You do 5K in what, 23?
Yeah.
All right. Guys, Cammie has a channel. Click on it. So I figured I'd show you all what I make my daughter. This is a half scoop of blueberry muffin MTS whey, which is coming back in about 2 weeks. Look what he drew. Got about a little under a tablespoon of local honey because Cammie has bad allergies. We all use local honey. This thing.
Me. Tummy.
Dude, my morning shakes are the greatest things ever. So there's blueberries in here, some strawberries, frozen peaches. We're out of bananas, or else I'd throw one of those in there for the potassium. Notice we put these in a real glass, not a plastic glass. You can't put something this delicious in plastic. It is, and we use coconut milk instead of regular milk, because you know what? I like coconut milk. Anyway, do you have a straw, babe?
I'm getting one.
Mommy needs to get out the way. She's messing up the flow. She's trying to make games. You need to be respectful of the games. Let everybody know how that tastes. So you gotta use a thick straw.
They're Turvis straws.
Isn't that the greatest ever?
Better than yesterday.
Every day gets better. You always go 120 in your shit. You want some, Preston? Yeah, so that's blueberry muffin MTS whey, some coconut milk.
Oh, fine.
Damn. Some coconut milk. If you drink that instead of a bar, Preston, you're drinking all her games. Some coconut milk, frozen blueberries, a little bit of frozen mixed fruit, and some local honey. Be sure the honey is local. No, hold on. Be sure the honey is local because that picks up, the bees pollinate through the area, so it gives you a micro dose of the pollen. And trust me, I used to have to take 2 Zyrtec a day to get by. 2 Zyrtec a day. Now I don't take anything during the summer, spring, or fall because of local honey. So just find a local supplier. All right, so we're a little late to the gym because Katie had to take Preston to the dentist. So what I do is I usually put a little coconut oil. I'm gonna make an MTS brownie. It's just a little bit of coconut oil just to lubricate the bowl. You know what I'm saying? Now coconut oil is hard. It's a saturate. So you gotta actually heat it up to liquefy it. Put it in for about 15 seconds. Just get it going. Now, what you're gonna see me do is I'm gonna do, since it's pre-workout, I don't want a lot. About a scoop and a half of cookies and cream MTS whey. It's about 35 grams of protein, somewhere in there. And about 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. So that didn't melt it at all.
It's colder today.
It is, but you think that with the temperature controlled in the house, that wouldn't matter. That wouldn't be an issue. So what I do is I use, now Kara has a ratio, I think it's 1 cup to a quarter, 1 scoop of MTS whey to a quarter cup of almond, of any kind of milk. I'm using almond milk right now. I sometimes use coconut milk. I rarely use regular milk. I just don't like it as much. It's just a personal preference thing. I have nothing against milk, but I'm getting plenty of dairy from MTS whey. So we're gonna throw this in here.
No, the coconut milk and the almond milk you can keep in the pantry, so you can always have it on tap.
Yeah, so I mean, we never run out. That's the great thing. We buy it from Costco. And, but I've pretty much become, you know, for making sludge all these years. Here's the baking powder. Throw that in. All right, I've pretty much become a pro at eyeballing what consistency sludge and brownies need to be. You know what I'm saying? So mix that up. Now the coconut oil provides a little bit of lube so it doesn't really stick, but it's not really that big of an issue if you know, it's just you soak it in water for a little bit and everything comes off as far as dishwashing. So, I mean, I've pretty much moved away from sludge because this brownie, you just add a little bit of baking powder. And people ask about if cooking denatures the whey, and my thing is, does cooking chicken denature the chicken? And it really doesn't. What it does, it might impair some of the beneficial immunofactors of whey, but the protein's still there. So I'm not really concerned. I get plenty of whey in my diet, like my post-workout shake and all that good stuff. So I'm not as concerned with that as some people might be. Now here's the consistency you want. Again, it's about 1 cup of protein powder to a 1/4 cup of milk. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, go in that. Put it in here for 35 seconds. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have on top of it, might as well have a tablespoon a day. So I'm gonna have a tablespoon of this local grown honey. Local honey, extremely healthy, great for allergies. I actually don't have to take allergy meds anymore, and I used to have to take a lot. People used to always say in my videos, oh, you take too many pills, and they still say it. But at least I'm not taking allergy pills now, and I got that with local remedies. There's nothing wrong with hippie remedies, because they might work. Like, you know, I drink my apple cider vinegar in the morning now, and, you know, I just want to be the healthiest me I can be. I want to be able to perform and function with my kids, and that's what it comes down to. What I haven't been filming is my working. I've been working all morning. Look at this. And it tastes as good as it looks. So anyway, honey, local honey, it doesn't stay. If it's the least bit cold out or if it sits for a while, it doesn't stay in a liquid form. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like coconut oil where it's going to be harder. You know, it's going to be like a glob.
Tastes like candy though.
It tastes like candy. So it's much easier to scoop out and to manage though with this. So have that. So my pre-workout meal has about 35 grams of protein, around 15 grams of carbs. Again, I'm not over-carbing it. Post-workout, I started eating more carbs. My carbs are controlled, and I'd rather have more protein right now because my appetite just sucks. And I don't want to be over full for the gym, especially for deadlifts, because I don't want to shit on the floor. And for a little bit of fun, a little bit of whipped cream. Is this fat-free whipped cream? Nah. So anyway, here it is. And again, guys, I'm not getting ready for a show. I'm pretty much at maintenance. I'm not following my book verbatim. Verbatim, but I'm doing a lot of the principles within my Drop Factor book because I'm at a point now where I found a lifestyle I can live with. And of course, you can live with the Drop Factor book, but once you get to a level where you've reached your weight loss goals, you can add things in and see what works as you maintain or improve on based on you and what works best for you. So I'm gonna eat this, then we're gonna go train. That's it. All right, on the way to the gym, got my Ruckus and Vasky in here. In the bottom is Machine Carb 10, MTS Whey, a scoop of each, and 2 scoops of overtraining solution. Katie's rocking her pre, ready to rock. Yo, you can have all the IFYM hippies in the world say that post-workout nutrition doesn't matter. I think there's enough data and anecdotal experience for me to show that it matters. Today, did deadlifts, did a lot of heavy stuff. I have 2 scoops of carb 10 in the bottom. I had 2 scoops. I have a scoop of MTS Whey, that's 50 grams of carbs, 25 grams of protein, and 2 scoops of overtraining solution. So Katie just puts overtraining solution in the rest of her BCA, then she just eats whole food. So I'm gonna drink this down, get home, have some egg whites and toast. And you know what I didn't film this morning is the few hours of work that I did. There's a lot of office time, a lot of sitting, and I would film that, but it would be the most boring thing ever. So that's pretty much that. So we're on our way back. This is where I spend most of my time, guys. Got my work and everything, so I'll be here for the rest of the day till probably midnight. But just getting some stuff done. We just did an Instagram live here, having a good time. But I'm pretty sedentary after I train, so it's time to get work done because we're bringing you some epic stuff. Just got new confirmation dates on this new product I have coming out called Peak Blank. I ain't gonna say the name, but when it comes out, it's launching not only MTS's new look, but you guys are just gonna love it. You guys are just gonna love it. All right, dude, we're back. So post-workout, I like to have a little bit more carbs, so I'll have 3 of these. It's about 33 grams of carbs. These are that bread I showed you from Costco. So I'm gonna throw that in the toaster oven while this gets going. Pretty awesome. Again, toast's just easy. It's cheap, doesn't go bad. It's good stuff, right? Then I have some egg whites. Why egg whites? Well, I'm being real here. I'll usually eat egg whites. I'll eat chicken or fish or whatever. We bought these a long time ago. They're about to expire. So rather than having expired food, I'm gonna go ahead, but I always coat the pan in coconut oil. Again, I like healthy fats, as you can tell. As you'll see later in the day, I do incorporate more healthy fats in my later meals. But I'll put about a teaspoon, 1 to 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. Because it's a good fat source. I like it, you know what I mean? So I get that going on. I'm not adverse to adding fat to my diet. Fat doesn't make you fat. And also, coconut oil is virgin, so you know it's not going to give you an STD. So anyway, egg whites, I usually do a cup. Why? Pussy appetite. So a cup would be, 1/4 of a cup is 5 grams of protein. Cup would be like 20 grams of protein. Again, not a big eater, guys, but I already had my post-workout shake. 50 grams of carbs, 25 grams of protein. There's just a little extra to augment it. And I'll get more protein in later, don't worry. But right now, you know, I just want my body to operate efficiently, and I find when I eat large meals, not saying you can't eat large meals, when I eat large meals personally at this stage in my life, I just don't do well. I get groggy, I get tired. You know, I just do well on smaller meals. And I know intermittent fasting isn't for me because I'd have to slam all my calories in and my evenings would be useless. Anyway, so I'm gonna cook that up, 3 slices of toast. So basically this meal is about 20 grams of protein from egg whites, about 5 to 10 grams of fat from coconut oil, about 33 grams of carbs from that bread. Hi, I know you're not supposed to eat while you work, but I always have. Here's my food, man. I already ate a couple bites of the eggs, but there it is. Again, not a big eater. Used to be. I'm cool with 240. Thing is, if I eat more, I generally don't gain. It's weird how that works, but I could gain a lot of weight, but you know what? I'm happy. I stay shredded year round, feel good, operate optimally. I'm good with this. Yo. So I just had my post-workout. Now I want to level out my insulins. This is where my carbs get a bit lower, all right? So I'm going to have this broccoli. Now you're wondering why. See, now we're almost out of broccoli, and I'm like, my wife does a lot of dishes, so I'm like, I'm going to do her some solid. You know, I'm gonna eat this meal out of this glass thing and save a dish.
Sweet.
So, see, I'm a gentleman. So I'm gonna put. So what I do is this is SJ Meals. So this is about probably 8 to 10 ounces, I'm guessing, of salmon. Salmon's high in healthy fat. Now I get mine. You might see this. SJmeals.com. This is who does all. I mean, look at this. Look at how brilliant. This is the best salmon you will ever have in this world. So for this meal, it's going to be about, you know, with this much salmon, it's about 15 to 20 grams of fat, probably about 50 grams of protein, and, you know, just trace shit from the broccoli. So I'm going to put that in there, heat it up, and that's my meal. So as you can see, now I start controlling insulin a little bit, and you guys will be like, wow, you don't eat a lot, blah, 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 blah. And the thing is, like, ever since my stomach surgery, which I need, for those of you who haven't been following me a while, in the related videos, I'm going to link it below, my recap. If I can find that shit, it's like 2 years old. And maybe I'll even put a picture. I figured out how to do that on the editing program, just right here of me afterwards. I had 2 hernias that were caused by my fascia, my stomach muscles essentially separating. So the sheath under the muscle actually tore, which caused me to get hernias. So my abs, if you saw the pictures before, again, if I remember, I'll put some pictures up, but I probably forget, so don't bug me about it. Katie, remind me. So anyway, it's separated. So my abs were literally over here. So I had to get 40 titanium screws and Gore-Tex put in slam that of Gore-Tex mesh. Slam it back together. So essentially I have 40 titanium screws and mesh holding my abs together. Ever since I had that, I can't fit much in my stomach.
Think a corset.
Yeah, think a corset around my and it keeps my intestines in. Let's be real. A hernia is intestinal prolapse, whatever you want, prolapse. Right. So at the end of the day, I am able to maintain 240 pounds with this eating, which isn't a lot, but I do it a lot with nutrient timing, adding fats like coconut oil to my diet, and timing my carbohydrate where I don't have to eat. I want to get veggies in my diet. Obviously I get the machine grease, but I want broccoli in my diet. I want green beans in my diet. I want salads in my diet, but I can't always combine fats and carbs because it just fills me up. All I know is that per meal, I'm going to try and get around 50 grams of protein. Yo. So around this time, like I say, teacrine has been added to Drop Factor, so it makes caffeine last longer. And I haven't had pre-workout in 4 or 5 hours. So I rock out the new Drop Factor with teacrine in it. Keeps me going, feels good. Katie's on the phone, selling. She's hustling. Anyway, take 2 of those. I'm good to go. There's the supplement I'm taking right now. I take that, had my salmon about 30 minutes after that, but you know, it's decaf, but I also, you know, I like my little coffee. You know, I'm a Starbucks guy. It is what it is. But when I'm at home, Keurig. All right, y'all. I'm going to meet Katie and Thomas for dinner while Cammie's practicing. Thomas and Cammie both have practice. I just can't wait that long. So I'm just going to single scoop this bitch, put it in, make a little half a brownie just to tie me over because I want to still have somewhat of an appetite for dinner. And again, I do better with small servings of food. You know, I don't do well with big portions because of my stomach thing. So like intermittent fasting wouldn't work for me because, well, I can't fit in all my macros in that time period. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, even if you're like, well, why not try IF? I can't. I just can't. So it is what it is. You got to deal with what you have. So I eat based on what's best for me. Just going to rock this out, you know, make a little brownie. And I mean, yeah, you know, I like my supplements, man. They really help me get my food in. Our fucking powders are delicious. We have the best tasting protein powders on the market. And you know, people talk shit like, well, he takes all this, he doesn't take that many. Dude, if I didn't take all my supplements, should you trust what the hell I'm trying to sell you? Like, I believe in, and my body is, obviously I'm consuming a lot of them. I'm in great health. I have tons of energy. You know, I lift a ton of weight. I make gains, you know, and, you know, you can say steroids this, steroids that, and that's great and all, and I understand that that's a concern. But at the end of the day, you know, there's a lot of people on steroids who absolutely look like shit. You know, there's a lot of people on steroids who don't look like they even lift. There's a lot of people on, I mean, I'm on a fucking TRT dose, so it is what it fucking is. You know, it's medically prescribed TRT. So, you know, my whole thing is, people talk all this shit. But you know what? This is what works for me. Based on my circumstances. You know, you think I wanted my fucking abs to fall apart? Like, oh, it's because of use of GH. Last time I checked, GH doesn't make you have genetically weak fascia. You know what I mean? So this is what works for me. And again, like, I love my supplements. They keep me healthy. They give me energy. I can work 18, 20-hour days, play with my kids, sleep for 2 hours, come back and do it all over again the next day. I love what I do. I treat my body right. I get my, you know, all my vitamins and nutrients. And yeah, supplements help. So it is what it is. I'm going to eat this bitch. And then I got to go. Normally go out, but Thomas had practice. Cammie had practice. Thomas eating the club. Preston has the corn dogs and cornbread. Look at that. This has a little bit of barbecue sauce on it. Chicken salad, got a little bit of cheese on it for fat. But it's pretty much the same thing. I just got triple chicken. So that's about, I'd say that's about a good 55, 60 grams of protein there. Katie's has about 20. But yeah, that's the thing is that if you notice at the end of the day, I go more towards fat. And the barbecue sauce, normally wouldn't have that, but this is delicious. But as you can see, I stay in my macros, so to speak, wherever I go. So this has, with the cheese and everything, I'd say about 10 to 15 grams of fat, including the chicken and veggies, and then probably about 5 to 10 grams of carbs from the drizzle of barbecue sauce. That's about it. So this is whatever meal it is. Now, so before bed, I like having my MTS brownie. You know, here's Katie's, just like we ate. I'm gonna throw some carbs in with it. I'll show you what those are. One thing I always forget to mention, I eat about 6 of these a day. Literally snack on them, is machine uptake. This is our probiotic digestive enzyme blend. It's a chocolate wafer. It's the greatest tasting thing you'll ever have. It's a great seller of ours, but almost like the people who've been following me for a long time just know about it. Because I always forget to mention it, because it's kind of like, but if you're lactose intolerant, or if you just want a healthier digestive health system and immunity, which obviously probiotics and digestive enzymes help with, this is an amazing, amazing blend. So guys, check it out. It's on Tiger Fitness, the machine uptake. It's the greatest tasting thing you'll ever have. And it's calorie free, all natural, no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, sweetened with stevia. The supplement I take before bed, 2 Tyrant. Mark, you take a lot of supplements. Yes, kind of what I do.
Mark, you own a supplement company.
Like I said earlier in this 90 fucking minute video or whatever it's gonna come out to be, like, I wouldn't trust a dude who was trying to sell supplements who didn't take them himself. So today's a little bit off. I ate out. I didn't eat as much food as usual because my stomach just wasn't right. This is a day. I mean, I'm not gonna try and live up and be like, this is what I eat. I'm eating 20,000 calories a day. Nah, sometimes we don't hit our macros because I'm not competing and I'm happy where I'm at. I always stay shredded. I'm always lean. Always got my abs showing. It's what I do. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I need to show you what carbs I'm eating. I'll figure that shit out in a second. All right, so I figured out how I'm gonna finish this off. All right. So I got some strawberries right here. Right. Here's my brownie. You see my measuring technique? There is none. Dump some strawberries on there. See that? That looks delicious. Now, for my extra carbs, I'm gonna take just the cluster cereal from Trader Joe's.
Delicious.
Per 2/3 cup, there's 38 grams of carbs. Again, I keep my fat. I get carbs before bed. It helps me sleep better. Serotonin increases, what I espouse in the Drop Factor book. I'm big on carbs at night. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little of these on. Probably about 20. No. Whipped cream goes on top. Because what happens when you put that on top? They're heavier. You got it? You kind of smash. Then, boom. Tell me that. Tell me I'm depriving myself. Let's try this thing. Hold on.
That was delicious.
Okay, look at that. Look at that bite. Look at that. Oh. It's like eating cake. All right, guys. Abs once again.
They're still there.
That's what I do. All right, guys. It's a normal day. In fact, that's a subpar day of eating. You got to see some of my life. Some of what I do. You didn't see all of it. And remember, condoms are for quitters. It's not a game.